Hi, and welcome to day 4 of the Core Strength for Low Back Pain Challenge. Today's exercise is the dead bug. It's one of my most favorite core exercises, and I'm going to walk you through it and show you some of the common mistakes and common cues that you might hear from other instructors. And I'm going to explain why this may be incorrect depending on the cause of your back pain and how we can avoid it. But first, we're going to start with our plank today. So we're familiar at this point with the pelvic tilt. So we're going to go right into our plank. So whether you're doing it from your knees or from your toes, we're going to get started with that 25-second hold. So let's get into it. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to count, okay? We're going to get on our forearms. Remember, we want our elbows in line with our shoulders, okay? We're going to start on our knees and we're going to pop up on to the toes. We want to tuck that pelvis, turning our hips towards our ribs, engage the glutes, engage the quads, and here we go for 25 seconds. Good, 10 more seconds. Keep turning hips towards ribs. And done. Awesome. So, see where you're at with that. Maybe you've progressed to being able to hold a full plank to 25 seconds, and that's amazing. Maybe you've progressed from your starting at your knees and working your way up to your toes. Remember, the goal is being able to maintain that tilt so that your core is engaged the whole time and avoid the lower back arching. Next, we're going to do our bird dogs. We're going to go for 8 on each side. Now, we're going to start with on all fours. Our knees are about hip width apart. We always want to return to this position. And we're going to extend arm and opposite leg, staying on the same side for 8 reps. So remember, we want to avoid lifting the leg too high and arching the lower back. We want to keep a nice, straight, neutral spine. Okay. Draw the belly button in. Okay. But we still want to keep breathing. And let's go on side 1, slowly extending arm and opposite leg. Good. While keeping the back nice and straight. And back down. We're going to stay on the same side for 7 more. So pull the belly button towards the spine, extend, squeeze the glute, and slowly return. Good. 3. Good. 4. Good. 5. Good. Okay. If you're feeling the back arching, just take a second, do a little pelvic tilt. 6. Good. 7. And last one, 8. Good. Okay, take a second. You can roll out the wrists. We're going to do the same thing on the other side for 8 reps. So we're on all fours. Knees are hip width apart. We're going to tuck our pelvis just a little bit, engage that core, and here we go. Lift. 1. Good. 2. I'm really trying to stabilize, not shift my weight too much here. 3. Not avoid arching the back. 4. Good. 5. Remember, the goal is not to lift the leg up super high. 6. It's to stabilize. Keep a neutral spine. 7. Good. Last one. Try not to shift the weight. 8. Good. Okay. So now we're going to get into the dead bug. Now, the dead bug, we're going to start with our backs on the mat. Okay. So we're laying on the mat. You're going to start with your legs up. Knees are bent 90 degrees. Feet are flexed. Okay. We're going to start with our arms up. Now, with the dead bug, you may also notice here there's a little bit of an arch in the spine. You're not pushed completely flat. And this is a very common cue that you might hear from personal trainers or Pilates instructors, and that's to push your back flat against the mat. Now, this might be okay if you don't have any existing lower back issues like herniated disc or a bulging disc. However, if that is the cause of your low back pain, so meaning that when you fold forward or bend forward, it triggers that low back pain. You might have a herniated disc. So we want to avoid that flexion motion. So we're going to see where our spine is here. Okay, make sure you're not too arched. You do want to be like nice and neutral against the floor. And then we're going to try to maintain that neutrality. So a flat back, but not like pressed where your tailbone is pushed up to the ceiling, okay? Now, before we start, we're going to breathe into the belly. So you can use one hand to feel that big belly breath. Breathe in. You want to feel the belly expand. Good. And then as you extend your leg, you're going to breathe out. And you're going to try to maintain where your spine is, that neutrality. So you don't want to let your back arch here. Okay? So let's do it again. We're going to breathe in to the belly. We're going to use the other leg this time. So let's take a big breath into the belly. Good. And hold your hand here, making sure your back doesn't arch. Breathe out. 2. Good. Breathe in. Return. Good. And 3. Breathing out slow, making sure there's no overarching here, okay? Breathe in to the belly. You can feel it. 4. Other leg. Good. Breathe in. 5. Good. Breathe in. 6. Good. So you might feel your abs doing a little bit of work to prevent you from arching. That's what we want, okay? 7. Good. And once you get a feel for it, you can bring both arms up. 8. Breathing out. Good. Big breath in. 9. Nice and slow. 1 more. 10. Breathe out. Good. And breathe in. Good. So if you were engaging your core, if you were trying to keep that neutral spine, you will have felt your core working. You might have noticed a little popping in your hip flexors. That's normal, especially if your core is a little bit weaker. So what you can do is you can try to do a little bit of that spinal flexion and then try to stop extending your leg before that little pop happens. Okay? So that's it. That's day 4 of your core strength for low back pain challenge. Congratulations on coming this far, staying consistent with yourself, staying committed to taking control and starting to build your core strength so that your low back pain can stop getting in the way of your life. You got this. Day 4 complete. Day 5 coming up tomorrow. It's the last day of our challenge. And then I have something special for you to share with you where you can go next. It's another little freebie if you want to continue building strength in your body. So look out for that. So tomorrow, day 5, last day of the challenge. I will see you there.